All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to this week's movie review. Again, my name is David Snipes from 7poundbag.com. I'm going to try to do a movie review once a week with us, basically because I can do it through video almost as fast as I can do it through typing, and it's a little easier for me to turn these out. And to tell you the truth, the wife's getting a little irritated by the DVR being so full. So we are going to take a look, see what you can do with this. Any feedback you've got, just let me know. Also, I am going to be giving a spoiler for this. I'm going to kind of try a different format than what I usually do. I'm going to do my normal beginning of the movie, then I'll give you a good spoiler tag, and then I'll move on and give you the good and bad of the show. So, let's go ahead and kick this off with Cursed. To tell you the truth, I got this in one of those multi packs that I'm a sucker for that just is full of cheap horror movies. I've never heard this movie, to be quite honest with you, and I'm a big Wes Craven fan. It's kind of amazing that I never have gotten around to seeing this movie before, because it actually does have quite a few faces and names that you'll recognize. Probably most interesting, of course, is going to be Wes Craven himself. Now, keep in mind, this is Wes Craven when he had a lot of stuff taken away from him. I mean, this is 5 years after Scream 3. It's a year before he got involved with the Hills Have Eyes remake. So he's not exactly at the peak of his creative powers here, but he is sitting the guy whose name's on the back of the director's chair. Its big star is Christina Ricci. This is a year before Black Snake Moans, so she's kind of fallen off a good bit here. I mean, she always has been working if you look at her IMDb page, but there's not a whole lot of stuff that I've seen. And of course, Jesse Eisenberg also plays her brother in this film. Really interesting here. This is actually 4 years before Zombieland, which is where I met him. Or not met him, but where I'm familiar with him. So he's really young here, and he is playing a high school student, which is a lot of fun here. Another names you've got Judy Greer's in this one. This is also 4 years before she started doing Archer, and a good bit before Carrie, which is probably where I actually recognize her face as far as a starring role. So I mean, you got a lot of people coming for you. There's also Nick Offerman from Vice Principals, if you know him. He actually plays a cop in this one, which is pretty funny. He's kind of got a blink if you miss him type cameo, but he does have a funny scene, and I'll come back to this at the good things after the spoiler alert. But anyway, let's go ahead and start the movie off. Uh, and the Weinstein brothers are involved with this as well, so there's some money in this movie as well. But you start off with Bowling for Soup, which is one of my all-time favorite guilty pleasure bands, and they're singing Little Red Riding Hood. So they're starting the movie off right for me. I'm enjoying myself so far. They're playing like a carnival thing, and you have two girls who want to go meet this palm reader type woman, and she grabs one of their wrists and she says, "I see blood. I see blood in your future. Beware of the night." And instantly, the two girls did the horror movie trope of, "Yes, we're going to die," by blowing her off and insulting her. One of the girls turns around and makes sure that she's going to be the one that dies the horrible death by saying, "Stay off the crack pipe," which automatically means she's going to have a horrible death coming up. Uh, Next, you flip over to our resident hot chick. Not really. She's kind of a semi hot chick. I mean, she's better looking now than she was in this film, but she's basically gets trapped by Jesse Eisenberg walking his dog, and he's kind of talking to her. And all of a sudden, Flash Thompson rolls up, and this is literal Flash Thompson here. He's all impressive bully guy with his two friends, and they make enough gay jokes to offend most of California. And I mean, it goes on too long to be quite honest with you. Yes, he's Peter Parker. He's being picked on. Jesse Eisenberg. I'm sure this wasn't exactly a stretch of the imagination here. Kind of gets a bit on the boring side. And then you get probably one of the best parts of the entire movie, in my opinion, my favorite scene of the entire movie. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Let me back up before we get to that. We flip over to Christina Ricci, who's playing somebody a lot older than she actually looks, but she is made up with her boyfriend who's got this horror thing. It's never really determined what it is. It looks almost like an exhibit, but it's dressed up like it's a Vegas type thing, but it's never really clear what the heck he's doing. But he's showing her around, and oh, here's Dracula's tomb, here's an Iron Maiden, here's this, here's that. And then if you're like me and all you did, you've only seen the cover of this movie, and you don't know what the actual monster is going to be, calls it out right here because instantly, in the midst of being bored of this entire thing, she points out, "What's that?" Oh, that's Kane from the original Werewolf. Oh, so our monster's werewolves. Thanks for letting us know that. So if you don't know what kind of monster movie you're in for, right here, big huge clue, werewolf, big huge flashing neon letters. And slight spoiler alert, the K never comes back into effect. It doesn't mean anything later on. So we not exactly master the callback here. And then we get to my favorite scene of the entire movie: Christina Ricci and Jesse Eisenberg's riding home, and to avoid a wreck, to avoid an animal, they get into a wreck. They go down to rescue the girl, and I'm just gonna let our clip pick it up here. But man, I love this scene. But enjoy. Okay, so here we are. I apologize for the brightness here. So Eisenberg's in here. This whole time this girl's been screaming, "I smell gas, get me out, help." Just losing her freaking mind thinking she's gonna die. It's kind of funny. There she goes, she's finally released. Eisenberg's doing his hero thing. Sister says cops are on the way. Instantly go with, "You better have insurance." Just complete 180. Not even a "thank you for saving my life," just insurance. And insurance doesn't matter. Obamacare ain't covering that. Wolf drags him out the window. Sister goes on his ankle and she gets pulled out. Okay, so yeah, to me that's my favorite scene of the whole movie. So we move on. Jesse and Christina are both bitten. They're both going back and forth, discovering that their new werewolf powers. It kind of comes across as a bit high schoolish, a bit like this would be a pilot for the WB or something. It's just not. It tends to drag after a bit. To me, I kind of got the feeling that I was ready for the movie to be over about a half hour before it was. Uh, the middle of it is just dead. You don't care. I hate to be like this, but the performances are trying. The people that set it up are trying, but there's just not enough there. And every now and again, they do throw in a kill, almost like a Friday the 13th, where they're trying to break up the monotony just by having somebody die. But with a PG-13 rating, and in this PG-13 rating, you just don't care enough. It's like they wanted to make darn sure they didn't have to resubmit it to make an R rating, that they went way over PG-13. I get the feeling had this movie came out 20 years before, this would have been PG. You got some Bond level stuff. There are some good parts, but there's a lot of dead spots. I'm not a particular fan about the ending, and yes, I will have spoilers. But all in all, I'm giving this movie a 3. I can't really see a reason to pull this movie out for any reason. I don't even think really if you're a Christina Ricci or Jesse Eisenberg fan, there's really a reason to pull this out. And outside of maybe catching a clip or two where you just want to see Judy Greer as a blonde, or you just want to see Craig Kilborn show up, or you're Scott Baio completist, I can't see a reason for this movie. I'm a Wes Craven fan, and I wouldn't buy this thing for 50 cents at the Dollar Tree. And if it was a 2-for-1 pack, it's just a bad movie all around. So yeah, I'm going a 3 on Cursed. About to hit spoiler territories. So here's your warning, and if they don't care about spoilers, I'll see you next week. Okay, let's talk good. Everybody gone yet that one's scared of spoilers? Okay, good. All right, let's talk good. Certain things are really shot well. Like, for example, the clip I showed. That's hilarious. Needed a lot more than that. The CGI is not bad. You can tell it's CGI, though. It's just in that era where CGI is not bad, but you can tell it's there. The performances are not bad. Using the dog is not bad. It's not done badly. All in all, there's money here. Let's be honest. There's money here. It's well used. Wes Craven kind of does what he can. You can really feel the developmental things. But like I said, there's just scattered scenes that are good. The movie itself is not good. The performances themselves don't save the picture. The CGI doesn't save the picture. It's just, I mean, there's not a ton of good here. Some of the actors, some of the background characters is fun. It's kind of funny to see Craig Kilborn pop up. He actually kind of does his job. Scott Baio kind of shows up and kind of gives the whole "I'm Scott Baio" thing and does his job. One of the best things about the job about the movie, though, probably my second favorite scene is there is a scene where Christina Ricci's in the bathroom and she's turning. It takes forever to turn, and you don't even get American Werewolf in London level turn. But she's slowly turning into a werewolf, and a woman comes in and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And the fingers come around and start digging into the metal. And in another laugh out loud moment, the woman turns around and walks out the bathroom. She's like, "I'm done with this. Y'all have a nice life." And she doesn't get killed for it. She's actually smart. She peace out and she's gone. And as far as I can tell, she lives. The elevator scene has a lot of good terror in it. That's well done. The woman that says, lay out the crack pipe. Her death is done. You don't see it, but right up until the point where the werewolf jumps in, that's well done. Yeah, there's a spoiler because you actually think for a second she's getting away. But I mean, that's even well done. But let's get to the bad. Oh gosh, the ending sucks. Good lord, the ending sucks. The original ending ended with Judy Greer dying. There's yeah, if you're not spoiled now, you are now. The original movie was supposed to end when Judy Greer died. It should have. Having Euron Greyjoy turn out to be the bigger baddie at the end just doesn't work. It's not set up. Second time I forced myself to watch this movie because I have to watch everything twice because I want to give y'all a honest opinion. It's not set up. It's not done well. He goes from being, I want to save you, I want to make everything better, to okay, now I want to recruit you because I love you, which also isn't done because he goes from we need space, I'm breaking up with you, to I love you, to I want you to be my werewolf queen. And then stage three, okay, you and your brother gotta die now. I mean, you just ah, it's it just doesn't fit. The whole studio interference where Euron Greyjoy's got to die at the end, that just isn't done well. And show me another movie where the werewolf bursts into flames over somebody putting a shovel to him. Unless Eisenberg happens to be rich enough where he bought a solid silver shovel, that doesn't make any sense. The whole cake knife thing where they grab it and it makes their skin sizzle, that's kind of well done, but it's if your hand's burning, you would think it would hurt. Some of the effects are lousy. The pentagram appears and disappears, and that's not well done. It just doesn't make any sense the way it's done. It's just lousy filmmaking. I hate to say it. I got to lay that at Wes Craven. Uh, Even though I love the guy, I mean, certain things. Yes, I understand studio interference. Yes, I understand they took control of a lot of it. But eventually, you got to say, okay, you want my name on this thing? You're dropping this. What the heck's wrong with you? And it just never happened. But like I said, the ending's just absolutely rotten. It just absolutely stinks. It takes way too long to get going. The middle portions have got outside the elevator kill. It's just nothing. One thing that's also kind of funny, and I probably should have put this back under the good thing, so back up, pretend this is in the good part. When the werewolf actually attacks the police just start blowing it away, just start killing it. Uh, and yes, of course, being a movie, all the near misses hit wood and stone around it because nothing misses by an inch. So you get where I mean it's kind of funny because they're like a werewolf, what? And all of a sudden it pops up because Christina Ricci starts insulting it. It's kind of funny. The werewolf actually cares whether or not they've got bad skin, but it pops up. The cop starts shooting at it. The thing falls down. Cop comes over, kicks it. It stirs for a second. Headshot. Man, that was awesome. And I actually kind of like that part. It's probably the last good part of the entire movie. There's some major continuity flaws that you'll see, such as, for example, they destroy the front door, the dog destroys the front door getting out, and whenever they come home, the door's perfectly fine again. Uh, Last little thing I'll mention, Flash Thompson comes up with all the gay jokes. Turns out he's gay. The whole, he protests too much. Thankfully, nobody says that line, but, that's just, oh gosh, stupidity. Just irritates the snot out of me. it's not needed, And then all of a sudden, at the Flash Thompson's hitting on J.C. Eisenberg. Then at the very end, he's perfectly cool with Jesse Eisenberg taking his girl. And for some reason, the girl doesn't care either. She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend keeps calling you gay, but I kind of like you because I like your dog. But now, for whatever reason, I'm showing back up at your house with your dog, and my boyfriend's perfectly fine with you hugging on me, even though there's no breakup scene, there's no reason." I mean, just what? It's just nonsensical. It doesn't make any. I mean, just there's nothing there. There's something missing. You would think with all the rewrites and rescripting and all the reshoots, somebody would have said, "Oh, by the way, we've got a giant logic gap here." But that doesn't happen. So yeah, it's well deserving of its 3. It's highly disappointing, but like I said, it's on one of my crap horror video sets. Next week, I'm not sure which movie I'll do, but just kind of wanted to give you a nice little movie review. I hope you like the format. Any suggestions or anything like that, please let me know. Again, everything here is property of their original content providers, so don't shoot me over the clip, which is why I have to kill the music because some of my other music video reviews from which chopped all the heck because of it. Please make sure you visit us on 7poundbag.com. We'd love to have you. We'd love your comments. And thank you for stopping by. And see you hopefully Tuesday for Fantastic Four Part 2. And as always, Kobe.